Right then, so this is just for orientation. Here's the foot. There's the split on the foot. This is once again brought to you by Eleanor, who will be being paid for the service. So if you are strapping a heel fissure, you need to be using a non-stretchy tape. So Leukoplast, for example, is a good choice. Sticky as hell, and you need it to not actually stretch. And you would start by attaching it there. You might well want to consider using Liquiband, actually supergluing the split together first. But since that wasn't the question, you would squeeze it together and put the tape over the top. So now all the rest of this process, I'm going to be using this KT tape, but that's just because that's what I happen to have. You should be doing it with Leukoplast, but I've only got that much left on the roll. So you measure how much tape you would need to go around the heel, and you trim yourself a few of those length bits. Obviously with the Leukoplast you're pulling it off the roll. It's a good idea to sort of stick 4 or 5 pieces to the side of your workstation. So ultimately what we want to do is stop this heel pad from spreading out. That's just holding the edges together, but we want to stop the whole thing expanding. But it's quite difficult to sort of wrap it that way, so instead you want to overlap it like fish scales. So start about there. Doesn't matter if you end up coming a bit too far up the ankle. Or the heel rather. So you want to overlap it by at least sort of 4 or 5 millimeters. So just move that so you can see how much I've overlapped by. When you get to the sort of this bit, the 3-dimensional shape of the heel becomes a challenge, so it sort of comes further across at the sides, but still overlapping by that 2 or 3 millimeters there. So, and then when you've got the whole heel sort of contained, so you can see we've gone all the way around up to there. You just go one big piece basically to hold all of the ends together. So all of the loose ends that you will have need to be stuck down. Like so. So the idea is we've basically just put something around there so that won't be able to actually stretch anymore, and you're holding down the strip that you put on first with the 2 edges of the fissure opposed to one another. That should stay on for a wee while.